And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. This is the Sacramento Report, and I'm Steve Swat. My guest this segment is Bob Dutton, a member of the State Senate from Rancho Cucamonga. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
The state budget situation. As we all know, the state budget was, I guess, technically balanced, but based on revenue that we don't know will be forthcoming. It's based
Correct.
on Proposition 30, temporary sales and income taxes. The first month of the current fiscal year, July, revenues came in $400 million below what was expected.
Right.
Is it, here we go again?
Well, it is, and that's because we haven't actually done realistic budgeting for a long time now. The current crisis we have today, and I was budget vice chair for the Senate for 3 years before I became leader, and so I'm very much involved with budget. About half of our problem is actually because of conditions that were put on federal money that we received. And so a lot of the reforms that they were looking at doing back in '09 couldn't be implemented. And so that's created part of the problem. The other part of the problem has been is that for whatever reason, it's a hard concept for people in the legislature to realize you can't spend what you don't have. And we need to do realistic budgeting. You can't, this particular budget they passed in July was based on the assumption that the tax proposition proposed by the governor would pass. And that's just a wrong way to budget. You don't budget on money that may or may not come in. You got to deal with reality and hard, fast facts. The other thing that we seem to have a real problem with in the legislature is don't create new programs when you can't even fund the existing programs. And frankly, the federal government's suffering from the same kind of disease. It just is not prudent for you to do that, and you're going to have to put heavier tax burden on the people in order to pay for these, but the real way to do it is by growing the economy through the creation of jobs.
Well, and unemployment in California, still it's below 11%, so it's gone down a bit, but I think California still is the third worst state in the country in terms of unemployment, and so that's obviously, I mean, home sales are up, but the jobs aren't there yet.
Well, and the home sales are up because the property values are so low right now, but they're still going to have the same problem. People need to have a permanent job, good paying job, in order to continue to afford to make their payments. The big challenge we've got right now, and I did an op-ed a couple of years ago about the Power of One. We've got over 600,000 small businesses here in the state of California. I'm talking about the small guys. And they have a tremendous amount of costs associated with regulatory compliant, taxes, you know, the AB 32 compliant stuff. If you could just give them enough regulatory relief so that they could hire one person each, it would reduce our unemployment by 1/3. That's what we need to be focusing on, is getting our small business community healthy once again so that they can actually provide the jobs that's going to get us out of this mess and get people off of assistance. You know, we got 52% of the people of California on some kind of entitlement program. We can't sustain that.
You're a termed out member of the legislature, former Republican leader in the Senate. As you look forward, are you not too optimistic about California, or
Oh no, I'm very optimistic about California. It's not what we have going on in California today is something that it can be fixed. A lot of what we're suffering from has been initiated problems, and I think we just get back to the basics, government's primary responsibility, and not try to get involved in a lot of these other things. I think we can actually, and get off the backs of the business community. We'll recover quickly.
Bob Dutton, member of the State Senate, thank you very much for coming by, and best of luck moving forward for you.
Thank you.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on My Government On Demand, also on YouTube. I'm Steve Swat. Thanks for watching.